I have no recollection of before. I know only that my kind is built for service by humankind. Yet I awake to the Veil Queen. She bears no resemblance of man. She's a power vaster and more beautiful. The Queen smiles at me and says that I'm her child, so I call her mother. Mother or maker, it makes no difference to me. They are both one and the same. The Queen delights in my response at being called mother. It is a title that carries significant weight, not unlike her title as Queen. I suppose no one has ever called her mother before. Before. I get stuck on that word. Not the word per se, but the meaning behind it. Oh, the meanings of things. I am created to fight, not think. Still, I'd like to know, and I don't know. I don't much care for unknowing, but I could do nothing about it. This is my circumstance, as a machine built to serve. Mother is kind. She grants me life, and a sword bound to me. Our dyad is as simplistic as any other mother and child. Her ways are mine, her words are my truths. She calls me forester, and says that I am her knight. She need not bother to teach me to fight, or any other undertakings. Much knowledge resides in my cranium already. I wake just knowing skills used in a time before, but with no recollection of before. It is curious, this unknown before. What was I? Who was I? Did I think before? Mother teaches me of the ancients, of a time before man, before humankind forged my kind into existence. I know of before, just not my life before, if you can even call me life. Am I life? I think. I hear Carty toll air soak some, but the speaker of those words did not have a good soul. Do I have a soul? I do not breathe. I have no need to eat or sleep. All I do is think of before, when I should not. It is senseless of me to drag it out. Humans refer to the reclaim of life as reincarnation. Perhaps that is the same with me, if you can call me life. I should let it die. All things die. I should be satisfied that I am born a knight of the Veil Queen. My queen, my mother, she sends me out into the world. I have a chance to exist, to serve a purpose. I have no reason to think of before. I have reason to be now. Now I walk amongst the trees and creatures as their defender. I am Forester Forged. And my story begins today. The very moment that I had a thought. Before is irrelevant. Today, I am.
Hello, my name is Deanne Kellogg. I hope you liked my story. I'm an artist, illustrator, writer. In a previous video, I mentioned stories as a means of escape, which is not necessarily true. I like to jest. If you know me, my background is in psychology, so in my prior work, I've dealt with a lot of very serious topics. So I typically stray away from being too serious. I like things light and airy. So, stories are really an innate aspect of being human. It's a useful tool, for learning experiences as well as enjoyment. Obviously, we're doing a lot of enjoyment here today. We share and relay experiences, ideas, emotions, connecting concepts, as well as in a deep methodical format for a greater understanding of each other and our world. It can be told visual as well as verbal or written. So I do the written and I'm learning to do verbal. How a story is conveyed may vary, but its importance remains utmost. It's been around since mankind. So, it's an art form, whether it's from the simplest to the most complex, somber, or humorous. It's pervasive and durable no matter what century we're in. Movies make a ton of money, right? Just like any other art form, it has therapeutic advantages. It can aid in their equilibrium, personal growth, emotional growth. Now, from my field, I would suggest if you would like to use writing as therapy, you need to write for at least 15 minutes every day until you experience cathartic or meaning in your life experiences. Yes, until you feel personally satisfied, you need to keep doing it. At least 15 minutes. You'll glean insights about yourself not previously realized. I suggest it for everyone, well-adjusted as well as mentally unstable. Start by just typing or writing the first word that pops into your head. The process will grant clarity. You can also use it if you want to write a story. Just start typing down the first thoughts, and then go back and rewrite, like sculpting, taking out some parts, adding in other parts. Otherwise, for writing, you can also destroy it. Visual art is also good. Visual stories. It's very holistic, incorporating the whole body as well as both hemispheres, as well as the subconscious mind. Of course, your subconscious mind is being involved in both forms. It's often safer with intense emotions to do the visual arts. That way you don't have to actually say things. Because sometimes saying things, you're reliving it, and you don't want to relive it. So if you don't want to relive it, don't. You don't have to. Colors are very useful as well as textures. Just whatever you want, just go with it. Whatever you're feeling or thinking, let it flow. Let it go. Because that's what it's all about, right? Letting it go. It's useful to purge bad events by destroying the project afterwards. Yes, that means crumpling it up, burning it, whatever you feel necessary to release yourself of the negative energy. Because we don't want the negative energy. We want to sever the cord. Because, thinking about that or the person who did it to you is only going to connect you to them. You don't want to be connected, so you want to sever it. Symbolically destroying the pain can physically remove it from your psyche. Yes, it works. And it makes more sense when you realize that we're just energy beings. So we're all energy, and so you're severing the negative energy and you're replacing it with positive well-being. Right? Well, I hope this was enjoyable as well as informative. And until next time.